And we are back.
Woo!
Yeah. No, I mean we're here in the basement. Welcome to the basement.
Oh, we're in the basement.
Welcome to the
It's
basement.
the third show.
Those good sandwiches, they messed up your brain.
They did.
Sammy's.
That's some good soup.
Your wife knows her way around roasting a vegetable.
Indeed.
She occasionally likes to approach a challenge.
Yeah.
You know, and so she makes everything vegan for Leigh, and she likes to experiment with stuff.
No, she did a lovely job. And the problem with most when people approach that kind of cooking, they overthink it.
Yeah.
It's not hard to roast a vegetable.
No.
The hard part is you over fucking think it.
Yeah.
And so those perfect. She did a marvel with eggplant.
And most of the time, people over season.
Yep.
Vegetables.
Yeah.
Let the vegetable stand on its own.
Yeah.
It has plenty of flavor. Let it show up.
Yep. I always put just a little sifter of some sea salt on the table if people want a little more. But yeah.
All right.
Welcome to the Cooking Show podcast.
Cooking show podcast. They're
same-
very popular.
Yeah.
Same with asparagus. People fuck up asparagus.
God.
It's one of the easiest things in the world. You and I both agree. Grilled asparagus, a little lemon.
It's delicious,
I
That's
but
all
grilled-
you need.
it makes me stink.
I grill everything. I've grilled endive. I've grilled radishes. Grilled radishes are the shit.
Avocado. You introduced me.
Fuck yes.
You introduced me to grilled avocado, and that is amazing.
Change your damn life.
I'll have to try
I
that.
did, and then I changed my shorts. Whoa!
Grill yourself up an avocado. You put a little balsamic vinegar in the pit.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
And just eat it with a spoon. It's
Yep.
delicious.
How
Yeah.
long do you grill it?
Just to get those grill marks on there.
It's a little trick that a lot of people don't know is that if you have something that's a heavy fat food, you add some acid to it. So if you're using something that's got a bit of olive oil to it,
Yeah.
add some lemon juice. If you're taking something that's high fat like an avocado, balsamic vinegar, that acid there cuts through the fat and makes it smoother. Punches up the flavor.
I love balsamic vinegar too.
Balsamic vinegar is great.
Tell you, check it out. Put a little olive oil on your
I had
on your avocado though.
my dear departed friend Captain Bastard, who was a chef.
Yeah.
He made balsamic and raspberry ice cream once
Oh, that was
that
delicious.
I
Yep.
still dream about.
Well, where I grew up and with my godfather, I don't talk about it too much, but where I grew up in Los Angeles, my godfather was one of the old Mexican Los Angeles families, the Corderos. And one of the big things in Los Angeles, in particular in Latin American community, is that ice cream and most sweets have peppers in them.
Yeah.
So you would get like this heavy caramel ice cream with jalapeno peppers marbled in with it. It's fantastic because you get that heat, but then you get the heavy cream that cools it down, and then the heat comes back in, and the caramel kind of comes in, and oh my God, I love Mexican ice cream with a passion. And one of the things that I miss about being in White Burbia is you don't get that kind of stuff here.
I love corn on the cob.
Jesus Christ.
But
All right.
All right, man.
Okay.
Hey, I've got a fun hack for cleaning your blinds. So,
Oh, sorry.
sea salt and lime on your corn on the cob.
Yeah.
Change your life.
A little bit of pepper.
Yep.
Corn on the cob.
He loves corn on the cob. What the fuck? He's the producer and designated driver of the program. He is Quad T, Too Tall Tony.
The other day, I took some corn on the cob and I grilled it. It's still in the husk.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
That turned out real good.
Steamed your corn.
Yep. Steamed it right up.
Yep.
Check me out on Twitter at Quad T Tony.
you might see pictures of corn,
There
apparently.
might be some corn on the cob, or right here on the Geek Show, as always, and also on the Gadget Spot with James. Hey, look at that.
Oh, hi, Jane.
Jaron and Owen, where we talk about gadgets, technology, video games, and corn on the cob.
All right.
Yeah, it's the least Blanco thing about you, buddy.
You're not wrong.
He's changing lives through grilling avocados.
Yes.
He's Shannon Barneson.
Now, the other day, I grilled a mixture of Brussels sprouts and fennel.
Oh, nice.
Well, that's when we
Fucking
came over to your
delicious,
place.
yeah. It's good.
Is it fennel a cake?
Nope. Fennel tastes a bit like black
Funnel.
licorice.
Oh, that's
So
funnel
you
cake.
think there's one
Funnel.
fucking vegetable?
corn on the cob?
Yeah.
What more do you need?
There's
Not only
one
that,
vegetable.
it's a fucking starch. Barely even a vegetable.
Starchy goodness.
There's only one vegetable.
And you cut its head off and you get all its power.
Come to Lucky 13 every Wednesday. Rain or snow or wind,
Fire?
fire, bad,
Yeah,
bad presidents, whatever's going, whatever's
September.
terrible's happening,
it's still happening.
we're still happening.
Every
Wednesday nights,
Oh, no, it's over.
8 o'clock.
It's done. We hit the end of September.
Lucky 13.
That whole thing's done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lucky 13. Great burgers. Eat them with your face.
Like just smash your face into it.
That's my favorite way to eat them.
You just roll your face around in it
Shove 'em
until
in.
the food gets where it needs to
So
go.
good.
His answer to everything is a little sea salt and lime.
Little
He's
sea salt and lime.
Lee George K.
You're not wrong. Little sea salt and lime goes a long way.
That's true.
I actually use lime or lemon in the jerky that I make.
I like a lemon is a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Well, lemon is a fantastic thing.
I love lemon.
So with the jerky, you're using quite a bit of salt, using quite a bit of pepper, you're using some oil, and to cut through that and to punch up the flavor profile, you put in the right kind of citrus.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're doing something that's got like a South American flavor, I'll go a little heavier on lime. And if it's something that's got a lot of heat, I'll go with lemon because that'll bring out the earthiness, the earth tones in the peppers. So I really like that.
Listen to Bobby Flay over here.
Yeah. Oh God. My daughter's been on a quest to murder Bobby Flay for 14 years.
She's doing a shit job of it.
Yeah, she's got
only
to get on
17.
it.
Well, she's trying. I
What
told
age
her
did she start at?
when she was 3. And my brother, who's a chef in D.C. and personally knows and hates Bobby Flay,
Yeah.
has been grooming her to assassinate him. So, Fish Eatery, 145 East, 1300 South, Suite 201. We're open Monday through Friday. You can also get our jerky pretty much everywhere in the world. I promise.
I hope when she tries to kill him, she doesn't get wrapped up in those fucking eyebrows.
Well, he
The guy looks like he has 2 giant caterpillars in his eyes.
he can control them like Medusa.
Yeah,
and
you can't
humans.
avoid that.
Like Boba in his nose hair.
Yeah, eyebrow. Hi, Jimmy Martin.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Watch me on KSL. Big Blue Mouth Off. Arrow, Geek Show, Mediocre Show, and Ruby and Slug. Stage of the end of this episode.
Yes.
I got to interview the cast of the Lego Ninjago movie.
The voice actors, and there are many.
There's
And he interviewed some Legos.
Yes.
Yeah, right. They were,
That part's boring.
yeah, they were blocks. Let's see. There's 4 rooms. I haven't, as we record this, I haven't done it yet, but the ones I'm excited about. So, Abbi Jacobson is one that Kat's freaking about. She's in the show Broad City,
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's funny.
and she's paired off with Zach Woods and Kumail Nanjiani,
Also funny.
both from Silicon Valley.
Yes.
Then you've got Michael Pena, who I think is funnier than shit.
Oh,
Yes.
God, he's so good in Ant-Man.
Partnered with Fred Armisen.
Shame
Oh,
about
jeez.
shame about chips though.
Yeah. Then I call this the ugly room because this is just ugly people. Justin Theroux
Oh, God.
and Olivia Munn.
Oh, wear a blindfold.
Yeah. Ugh.
Wear a blindfold.
And
in
then,
that
but the
room.
one I'm gonna freak out about, I said last week, Dave Franco and Jackie Chan. That's gonna be fucked up.
Nobody's going to care about Dave Franco.
No.
Just get stoned with Dave Franco.
You know, if Dave Franco were smart, he would make it all about Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
You know, he'd say like, "No, we're talking about Jackie here, all right?
Yeah.
Because I'm a fan too." You know, that would be the smart
I was
thing.
even thinking about because we were naming off all the movies last week.
Oh, we had a love fest, didn't we?
City on Fire.
Yeah.
Which is what's his name? Quentin Tarantino stole from.
Yep.
For Reservoir Dogs.
Yep.
You've got
What's
City
the one
Hunter.
what's the one where he plays twins? Twin Dragons?
Twin Dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah, Twin Dragons
Yeah.
is that one. But you got City Hunter where they have like the Street Fighter scene.
Yep.
I think Jackie Chan actually dressed up like Chun-Li. Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
I still think you should have asked about Jackie Chan Adventures cartoon.
Oh, wait. This just in? Oh, that's right. We do have a host.
Oh,
Does he know Kung Fu too?
I do
He
not.
does.
I know.
Verbal Kung Fu.
Yeah, that's
He knows the radio wavelength of Kung Fu.
Oh.
yes. Hi, I'm Kerry.
Kerry Jackson.
Monday through Friday, 6 to 10, x96.com, or if you're listening on an actual old-timey radio, 96.3. Let's see now.
Have we ever started the show with Vicious Pink playing?
No, we have not.
All right.
My punk and rap mix isn't working right now, so
Oh.
I got a classic alternative mix.
Nothing
right.
nothing wrong with Vicious Pink.
So, now, should we start with the dare drinking or the? We have a gift from a listener. I guess we can do both.
Dare drinking? Is that a new superhero?
Well, it's just there's two
Oh,
things
yeah.
here. First of all, I going through all of Dad's stuff after going through both of you
Yeah.
going through a dead person's
I
house.
went through your
finding
dad's stuff.
things. Yeah.
Your dad still had the greatest fucking name ever. Jack Jackson.
Jack L. Jackson.
Ah, such a good name.
Levon.
It's like a superhero.
But I found this hidden in a closet or a shelf somewhere.
Jack L. Jackson had hidden Bacardi.
Well, now I've told you about the threat beer, didn't I?
Yeah.
Have I told you about the threat beer?
Yeah.
That was he always insisted on having a beer in the fridge, and he would use it as leverage against my mom. When Mom was pissing him off, he'd say, "Don't make me,"
I'll go drink that beer.
I'll go drink the.
And I'll go to hell.
One beer?
And your sweet mom thought that one beer would make enough
Oh, yeah.
to change your dad's behavior
Yeah.
to make him into a
jeez.
monster.
Well, you got to remember, Dad was in the not in the Korean War, but he served in L.A.
Yeah.
And he served in
Koreatown.
Yeah, hard partying times. But anyway, so this we can't figure out why he had this. It's a bottle of amber Bacardi rum.
Is this
And-
what he threatened the new
and-
wife with?
No, because we did research.
Shannon
was it
did-
after
Shannon
Broken
looked it
is, and
up.
we figured out it's from 1983.
This
What?
is from '83.
I thought it was
older.
84.
That's Empire Strikes Back
Oh,
Bacardi.
yeah, yeah,
Oh no,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
Jedi Bacardi.
It's Jedi Bacardi.
That's older than me.
So
Okay,
it's
let me write that down.
it's aged 34 years.
Jedi Bacardi. So
We looked it up.
we looked it up to see
Is it
if you could still drink.
Yeah, is it still
I guarantee
good?
if you pull that label off, there's a treasure map.
You, as you podcast viewers, look closely. You can see it still has the seal,
Yep.
Yeah.
the state seal on it in paper. It has not been opened.
Oh.
All the websites that we went to said
Probably don't.
Don't.
probably don't.
Probably don't.
Why would they say
It's
that?
either going to be kind of nasty or it could kill you.
But then
Why would they say it would kill you?
there was other websites that said you might be okay.
It's gonna,
None of them were
it's
just like,
gonna-
sure, go ahead.
But it's going to, like, it's either, like, it was kind of like, it's kind of dicey.
So I'm going to put this right here, and if anyone gets brave.
It's not going to be me, motherfucker. I'm going to do it.
But then the other dare beverage was actually from my nephew's wife. She had this in her fridge, and she goes, "Please take that shit away. It's just awful. I can't stand it." And it's Pepsi Fire,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is cinnamon flavored Pepsi.
Nope. That is a can of fucking nope.
I took your other one. I'm gonna drink it too.
So
I got a 12-pack maybe like 2 months ago.
she wanted me to
Why?
take the whole pack,
No.
and I'm just like, no, just a couple. I just want to try it. I'm not,
I drank
Go
it.
for it, you guys.
It smells like Pepsi and cinnamon.
I'm actually chewing it. there are grains of
Something?
cinnamon or something there.
You guys look like you're enjoying your beverage.
I can barely taste any cinnamon.
Me neither.
Oh wait, I can feel it on the back of my throat now.
It's not as bad as I was prepared for it to be.
It's not awful, but it's not
See,
good.
I've never been a big cola fan in general, Pepsi, Coke, anything like that. So I'm already starting at a disadvantage.
That's not bad.
It's not terrible.
It's not- I wouldn't-
It's not. I'm
You
not
gonna
gonna
go buy
buy
a
it.
30-pack?
No.
It wouldn't be my go-to.
I'm not gonna buy any.
Although
any
I'll
of
bet it would mix with that rum pretty good.
Where
That sounds like the worst drink on the
where
fucking
did
planet.
where
It's
did
not-
where did Dad hide that rum?
It was in there was no
That
light.
dark closet.
It was
Okay.
it was a dark. It was room.
Okay. Well,
it was
I
room-
hadn't yet, so I'm catching myself up.
It was room temperature and it was no light.
It said
exposed.
cool, dry place.
It was next to
Away
Wyatt
from
Willie's
light.
treasure chest.
Kerry was like,
I
it wasn't
thought
really cool.
Yeah, I couldn't call it a cool dry place.
It's next
It
to
was-
a next
it
to
was-
a painting with the hole cut out of the mouth.
Yeah, it was room temperature. All right. Okay.
I said the biggest. What I'm reading says the biggest danger in storing rum is after it's opened.
Go for it, Shannon.
Maybe we'll
Do
try.
it.
No.
He sa- he says
One,
he's
I
not
don't
gonna.
like rum. Would you like to know why?
Yes.
One time, God, when I was still living, I was a kid, my buddy Charlie, you guys know Charlie,
Oh, Leigh is going
he
for
lived a
it.
couple blocks up the
Really?
street. And,
Please.
gross.
Oh, he's doing it.
No, so here's the thing. Could you please move? I can't even really smell rum. Like, I swear to God, I'll throw up.
He jumped on his head.
Am I drinking it right out of the bottle? I guess.
Yeah. Well, unless you want to run and get him a shot.
No, it's classy.
My lips are already on it.
Oh,
My
okay.
lips are already on your dad's bottle.
All right.
done.
So
The die is cast.
It's just Bacardi rum.
it's just Bacardi rum,
Yeah.
Well, that's another reason
which
not
is
to drink it.
not the best.
Still
rum.
says Ron. Still says Ron on it.
Yeah.
This is Ron Bacardi's rum.
Yeah.
I smelled
So, yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
No,
It's
so-
like a punch to the
Oh,
face
God.
for you.
Well, kudos to you.
See, he's fine.
Kudos for you for drinking the dead man's rum.
Charlie's parents went out of town.
I did just drink Dead Man's rum.
You did.
Oh, I'm gonna be cool with my kids for like a day now.
Oh,
Worth it.
Jimmy's going to do
Jimmy's
it, too.
going
Do it.
for it.
Do it,
God,
Jimmy.
no.
Do it.
No,
Do it.
I can't even watch.
I'm the influencer now.
You are.
Yeah.
Oh, he spilled
Oh,
it.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All right.
Yeah.
That
Carrie-
tastes like shit.
I think
Yeah, it
Carrie's-
does. Just like
Carrie's gonna go
Bacardi.
for it.
Does it taste like it's from 1984?
See, it doesn't smell like rum. It just smells like
It's not
it
bad.
smells like alcohol.
Well, it's because it's before Ron Bacardi changed his recipe.
Yeah, that's not rum.
What is it? What did we just drink?
Something new.
I don't know what it's become, but it's not.
Formaldehyde.
Oh, God, Kerry.
I don't know what it's become, but it's,
So,
not, it's not rum anymore.
While I still have the opportunity to say this, we are taking
Wait a minute,
auditions
wait a
for a
minute.
new host and 2 new panelists for the Geek Show podcast.
The rum
It's
was
just going to be me and Tony.
the rum was so bad that he dove back into his Pepsi Fire to cover
did.
the taste.
I
No,
did.
so the reason I hate rum, so Charlie's parents go out of town. I go over to his house, and we steal the Captain Morgan's.
That's a good
And
one, too.
it was 2 of us. We're like,
Yeah.
oh, God, 16, 17.
Sure.
Did you guys drink the whole thing or
We
something?
drank the whole thing.
Oh.
And I threw up that night. And then I got up the next day, walked home, threw up, and threw up, and threw up. Come to find out, I got like the stomach flu the next day. You know what I mean? So I threw up for like 2 more days.
But now you associate.
But now, if I smell rum, I'm like,
yeah.
same thing as fucking Miracle Whip. Fuck you, Miracle Whip.
Miracle Whip's garbage
No.
anyway.
Yeah.
Hey
When the
now,
first
hey
time-
now.
No, mayo,
Garbage.
mayo,
No,
mayonnaise.
no. I read what you and your wife
We-
had the poor taste to post and make public your secret shame.
We are a Miracle Whip house.
Oh, I'm out of here.
You are not a house.
You fucking I bet you.
Four walls in Miracle Whip do not make a home.
I bet you like those fucking abominations, sweet pickles too, don't you?
I can't feel my tongue.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dill is where it's at.
Okay, I just read rum can't go bad, but it can get funky.
yeah.
So, I
That's
think it's-
funky, huh?
That's funky rum.
No, but I mean it's a great anesthetic because my staph infection on my tongue's gone.
It's all gone.
Four
But I
things.
got the staph infection from drinking that rum.
4 things that will immediately make me throw up. Rum burps,
There it is.
Miracle Whip,
Yeah.
fucking sweet pickles,
God, I know we're getting for your birthday now.
and
Yep.
bologna. So if you want to kill me,
A bologna rum sweet pickle Miracle Whip
I'm
sandwich.
gonna put it all in a bologna, like
well,
smash
make
it,
a
throw it at
bologna
you.
sandwich with sweet pickles
And Miracle Whip.
Miracle Whip on
And
it, and give me a fucking rum cocktail. I'd be
Yeah.
like,
Oh, that sounds delicious.
I would not want to be on this earth anymore.
My wife, when she makes sweet pickles, she makes them with a little bit of jalapeno pepper
Yeah, well,
and some
who
extra
cares?
garlic.
It's pronounced Bologna.
Was that?
The proper way to eat sweet pickles is grab the jar and throw it in the fucking garbage.
That's also the proper way to eat Miracle Whip.
Yeah.
I agree. We only had Miracle Whip growing up, and once I tasted the glory of mayonnaise, I was like,
The
no
wonderful
more
Miracle.
Miracle.
The wonder,
Yes.
he embraced the blandness with all of his.
I mean, my dad tried Miracle Whip. I remember it was like the same year this Bacardi was made. And my dad, I remember thinking how strong he was because he took the bottle of Miracle Whip and he just spun around 5 or 6 times and threw the Miracle Whip into the sun.
See,
Wow.
that's where it belongs.
See, we don't use Miracle Whip in our house. We just use Cool Whip on everything.
All right, let's
Like in your tuna fish and shit?
Yeah,
we got
gives it a nice sweet tang.
we got broken news coming up, and then we have your letters, your questions for the panel.
I can't see now.
But Dead Man's Rum.
Dead man's rum.
But first, we have a gift from Daniel Jenkins. Daniel writes. He writes.
It's an actual letter.
Yeah, an actual letter.
I'm off the hook because it came with a gift.
And Sue.
I don't have to play the letters theme.
Presents? We got presents and presents.
And we open them.
Someone make a jingle for that. And Sue liked it because she said, "This isn't even like college or 3-binder paper. This is some kind of
That's high school paper.
yeah.
Is that wide rule?
I don't know, Leigh.
It's fill
Huh?
paper.
What kind of paper would you? call
I can't actually see anything. Everything's just dark.
That's
Everything's dark and cold.
Sir, that is college rule paper.
College rule paper. Thank
I
you.
also feel suddenly like attacking your neighbor's house with fire.
You should ask the school teacher. Of course he knows. Let's see. Hello, Geek Show. I've known about your podcast for a few years now, but only into last year or so have I been a real listener. So he's only been listening for a year. He's been aware of it, but not a listener. I was
I'm
just,
aware, but fuck that.
Yeah, I like that. I'm aware, but fuck that. I just never was a podcast guy. Of course, I now kick myself for not starting sooner. Given the last year worth of junk we've all had to deal with in the world, it's been nice to have a small bright spot every Monday to look forward to. Well, let me remind you, sir, that, let me dig this out, is that our friend Travis the Pie Man has geekshowyearinreview.blogspot.com, where he takes just not the whole shows, but some portions of them and puts them
The
together.
gold, the comedy gold.
Yes, and he's putting new stuff up there all the time. At the beginning of the summer, you guys ran a show called Corn on Top.
Corn on top.
Corn on top.
He comes and visits me every day.
Yes.
I love it.
For whatever reason, it really struck a chord with me. I find myself often thinking back to it. I've even given a corn on top yell every once or twice when my wife asks me what I want for supper.
Try it during climax. It's great.
Corn on top! I wanted to maybe give you guys a little something back for making my Monday shop time fly by quicker. I spend a good bit of my time shooting things with lasers.
Is he a spaceman?
This guy sounds cool.
So I thought I'd put my skill to use. Two things stood out to me in this show. The first was Corn on Top, the restaurant. The other was the discovery of the time closet. Now, Sue read this. She doesn't listen to the show.
That was an episode, man.
Yeah.
That was an episode.
My wife doesn't listen to the show, so I had
What
to
wife does?
Exactly. So
That we all never noticed that there was a
Yeah.
closet there.
I pointed out that it was like most of you guys didn't
Yeah.
even know there was a closet.
Well, I just thought it was Joe Candles.
But in doing so, I decided to make you these. I hope you enjoy them. It's making things like this that I enjoy. If I get a chance to do something interesting projects for people, we have some very creative people around these parts for sure. If there's anything I can do for you guys in the future, feel free to reach out. Daniel Jenkins at Daft Concepts LLC.
There's two things.
I got some people I'd like you to shoot with a laser.
There's two things I know are not in these packages. One is a sex bot, and the other is a murder bot.
All right. So
They're,
let me,
they're much too
Let's see what we
small
got
for
here.
that.
But
Now,
there could be a sex murder bot.
Oh.
I have not looked at any
Obviously.
of these because I wanted it to be a surprise for
You
me.
get so many presents on your birthday.
I can't feel my ears.
There we go. Okay. So this is
Oh man,
That's cool.
the time closet.
That is great.
Which camera, James? Which one am I? That one? Am I good? This is the time closet sign.
That's pretty
Oh,
good.
and you can smell it.
It's got
the,
that
the
burnt-
laser
it's
burned.
got that burnt toy
it's,
flavor.
It's got the burnt wood smell.
and it
I
kind of
like
looks like the Back to the Future logo.
the
Now,
back-
Kerry,
Yeah.
you're just having a stroke.
that's good work.
That's some good work.
You gonna
right
hang
there.
that up above the closet?
There's no room above it, but I'll hang it right on the door.
Okay.
So there's that one.
Oh, I'm fucking
So
excited to
that's
see the
exciting.
next one.
So this is probably.
Oh, I can smell it.
Right?
Yeah, I can smell
I love that smell.
It
I do.
does. It smells like a
that-
campfire.
It is. It's great.
It smells like my armpit.
I love campfire smell.
Jesus.
Okay, here we go. This is the Corn on Top, a Geek Show restaurant.
Oh,
Right there, and it's got
Let's see
a
that.
it's got a plate of looks like spaghetti,
Spaghetti.
Yeah,
with a corn
With some corn on top.
Corn on top.
that is mine. Gimme.
That
That's
is yours.
pretty cool.
so you're gonna hang that up in your
You
7-Eleven?
know what I would if it didn't say Geek Show? But I'm gonna bring it to
Put it in
school.
put it in the kitchen.
I'm gonna bring it to school though and
Yeah.
show the kid.
Yeah,
He's gonna lose his fucking mind.
but then hang it in your kitchen.
This is so good in
Oh,
my kitchen.
it
This
has
is
to.
beautiful.
Perfect.
And this is good because it's my birthday month too.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes. And is at the time of the show, your birthday is a week or so away.
Yeah.
So we're at Comic-Con right now.
Next
Next
week.
week.
Next week.
Next
Yeah.
week we'll be doing Comic-Con and I'll be playing Cuphead.
Yes.
The 1-2 punch.
I need to get that. Anyway, so let's go to Broken News, and then we'll come back with your questions for the panel. Again, thank you so much for this. And again, he said that if we ever need a sign made, that's Daniel Jenkins at Daft
This
Concepts
is beautiful.
Yeah.
LLC.
That's rad.
Yeah.
That
Both
is
of them are
very
great.
cool. All right, thank you, Daniel. After these messages, we'll be right back.
Corn on top!
Two, one. All right, we're back from Broken News. And
Yeah.
now it's questions.
Yeah.
People ask us questions.
We need a questions jingle.
questions. We know you have questions, and then we answer them.
Yeah, there we go. Somebody out there jingleize it,
Jingle that.
but make it heavy metal.
I don't think that's a
You guys
word.
You guys are making
Jingleize?
Jingleize?
You have another shot of that dead man's rum and tell me that it's not a word.
I don't need any more rum. I already seen Ghost.
Should I? I could actually sing death metal.
All these jingles are making my job hard.
All right, so first question's from our friend Stuart Lloyd.
Hi, Stuart.
Stuart's a great guy.
He is.
Now he's saying that none of us are Whovians. I'm a Whovian.
I
Yeah.
have watched every episode.
yeah,
I'm
of the new ones.
a casual. Who.
Yeah. But if you've been watching, I'd like to know your thoughts on Capaldi's last season and the casting of Jodie Whittaker as the 13th Doctor. Take care, all.
I did not see his last season. It's up there on my DVR, but I did like Capaldi as the Doctor. I thought he was great. And I don't know enough about her to say yet. I'm excited to see it.
Show me what you got.
Yeah,
She's
show
got
me
a
what
show.
you got.
She's on a show with David Tennant called Broadchurch, and she's
Oh,
fantastic.
that's her.
She
she's
is
good.
fantastic.
She's got brown hair in that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
is good.
I think I'm going to go out on a limb here. I kind of like my Doctor a little older and crustier.
So you like Capaldi?
Yeah, I liked Capaldi a lot.
Yeah.
Me too.
And he was eccentric and weird and kind of menacing.
Yeah, I
And
liked him.
See, I'm not a Whovian, but Kat loves Doctor Who, and she loved Capaldi.
Yeah.
and she goes, a lot of people
So-
dipped out.
So that Jen,
Yeah,
There's a scene where he's playing some old '70s rock anthem in the middle of a medieval castle, and all the men at arms and retainers are just standing on him. He's just wailing away on an electric guitar, and he reminded me of old Who, and it was also cool to watch because he was such a huge Doctor Who fan when he was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, the Doctor Who fan magazine found letters that Capaldi
That he
wrote when he
wrote?
was a teenager.
Oh, that's funny.
During the Tom Baker years.
That
so,
is funny.
and I've got no dog in the fight of casting as a female Doctor, but good for you.
Yeah.
I will
Why-
say
why
this.
not?
I don't know why you get mad at it.
Yeah.
51% of the population is women. Give them some fucking heroes.
Yes.
You know? It's-
To me, the only thing is, like I say, show me what you got.
Yeah.
And if she's good, then who the fuck cares?
Walking into Target during Force Friday, and the door, it's Rey with a lightsaber, looking fierce, and I'm like, okay, we've made some progress.
Oh,
it
yeah,
feels like we haven't.
Especially from the last Force Friday, as
Yeah,
far as
yeah.
representation.
Last Force Friday was all Kylo Ren and stormtroopers,
Yeah.
and this one, it's like there's Rey, there's our fucking Jedi, there's our hero, and seeing that. That people have heroes now, and it doesn't. You don't need certain parts to be born with to have a hero on the big screen. So, I'm excited to see where we're going. It's cool.
All right.
Adam McDonald wants to
Oh,
know:
hi, Adam.
would you rather go to Paradise City or Margaritaville?
fucking Paradise City, man.
The grass.
I think I'd go to Margaritaville.
Margaritaville.
I spent a Jeep ride to L.A. with somebody who was obsessed with Margaritaville,
Yeah.
and never again.
I went there.
They
and
do have great chicken salad sandwiches.
I went to it in Key West. And it was fine.
No, I mean, you listen to the lyrics, Margaritaville,
Yeah.
and he's just by himself in his house that
But
must be on the beach or something.
He lost his salt shaker.
He did lose his salt shaker.
Well, why would you want to
Sounds
live
hard.
in Margaritaville without salt?
But if either one was playing on a constant loop, I'm taking Margaritaville. Because I don't hear, take me
Are you serious?
home. Yep.
You'd want to listen to that.
I
I
would,
don't want to
Goddamn-
hear either of them on a
if,
loop.
if either one of those songs
That
was on a
Calypso
loop,
fucking ugh.
I would finish that bottle just
Yeah.
to deal with the
Yeah.
pain.
I would rather be drinking
I
tequila.
think I could ignore Margaritaville more.
Okay, so Neil Hamilton, one of our action lawyers
Yes.
in Salt Lake City,
Thank you,
Neil
Neil.
wants to know if the Geek Show store will ever carry Pogs.
I don't know,
It's
James.
Shannon in pog form.
James, do we want? He's not excited about that.
No.
Okay, Neil also has a follow-up question. What is our favorite September tradition?
Listening to
September.
Led Zeppelin.
I don't have one.
Is that a Led Zeppelin thing?
Yeah, it's September, man.
No, what I do, my favorite tradition. You really want to know?
Yeah.
I will. I'll have a cocktail at the end of the evening. It's
Uh-huh.
usually just vodka or something, And I always leave a little bit at the bottom, and I leave the glass out for the ghost of John Bonham to come and
Oh,
That's really. I
come
watched.
and drink too much and die again.
Take it away.
I watched the episode of Venture Brothers where Brock has to re-up his Secret Service application, and he just carves Icarus from Led Zeppelin into the desk. It's
Yep.
amazing.
I take out my my Margaritaville CD and I pop in the Godzilla soundtrack with Jimmy Page and Robert Plant on it.
There you go.
Oh, gee.
There you go.
John wants to know if you were a lycanthrope, what would your animal form be? So
Well-
every full moon, you're turning into this animal.
Isn't lycanthropy that's werewolf?
Well, I thought, yeah.
No, lycanthropy means you change into an animal. A werewolf is a lycanthrope.
I thought-
but so is a werebear, werebadger, and werebeaver.
Oh, see, I thought the word lichen was wolf. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, your Latin etymology is not wrong.
Okay.
It is lichen from the wolf.
That's
That
what I-
lycanthropy is not
I wasn't sure.
not singularly
So what?
lupine.
So what animal are we turning into?
Yeah. On the full moon.
On the full moon.
You got 3 days.
Huh.
Probably a possum.
Where possum?
You
That's
don't wanna be
weird.
a dog, you
Just
might turn
kidding.
yourself on.
Jokes. I'd be a bear.
You'd be a bear?
A bear. Werebear.
I think
I've been turning into an otter.
you already are one.
You are an otter.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
I'll
perfect.
take my true form.
That's why I chose bear.
I think I'd want
Oh
to.
wait, is Sasquatch an option?
Well,
Where's
it's
chose
not.
bear?
Oh, fine. I'll stick
Sure.
with bear.
I'd either turn into a baby sloth
There you go.
Awfully
or a
specific.
baby bat, because chicks would just want to go look at you, look at you.
A bat? No way, dude. They would
And then
freak.
their
They, no,
boyfriend would come over
baby
and hit you
bats.
with
Have
a
you
tail
ever
whip.
seen fucking baby bats?
You ever seen a baby bat fly at anyone? They still run.
Well, then you could have fun when they get done tickling
No,
you.
I'd just sit around and I'd eat fucking blueberries and shit. And then, look at
Find-
me, and then I'd fly around.
Find
for
a good
bit.
spot
Yeah.
to
See, and
be
I-
cute.
I can't decide whether I'd be a raven, because I'd want to fly,
Yeah.
or
I didn't even think about birds.
if I could be if I could be Caesar from Planet of the Apes, that would be cool.
You could turn into a super intelligent chimpanzee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who speaks?
Did you finally go see it?
I did. I finally went. Well, because I'm doing the Planet of the Apes panel. I figured I had to.
Yeah.
How good?
It was like the
fucking
last
movie is
the
that?
last day it's in theaters, right? It's a Thursday at 1. You know who goes to the movies Thursday at 1?
Creeps.
Lonely people. And there's no couples there. There's no people hanging
Just all
out.
those,
It's just and they
I
go
miss her.
and they go from theater to theater. They pay for one movie, and because there's like no personnel around,
No security.
you go from theater to theater and watch. But anyway, it was so fucking good. That just give Andy Serkis a goddamn
Yeah.
Oscar already. For
Woody
fuck's sake.
Harrelson was great in
And
it,
Woody
too.
Harrelson was good. That whole 3 movies. Those
Yeah.
3 movies
Are perfect.
are just amazing, and they don't take anything away from the original Planet of the Apes. As a matter of fact, they add to it as far
I think
as I'm
they're-
concerned.
I mean, they're good, but they're no Dunstan checks in.
Another
well,
great,
what is?
Great ape movie.
another great ape taking over the
And-
world movie.
And so I'm telling somebody I'm going to see that, and this is someone who's they're kind of pedestrian to these kind of movies. They just they like everything,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know, there was an awful lot of talking in that movie.
That's actually what there's not a lot of.
And I went, here's the thing, they're not just monkeys, their characters are being developed.
Right.
You know, it's not just monkeys on horses with machine guns, which
Right.
would be awesome, but there's a story being told.
This one's this one. So the last one I always say.
Sorry, I'm yelling so much.
The last one I
No longer the
I
low
always
talker.
say is like Shakespeare with monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
This one is like a gritty western with monkeys.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that second one just right in my heart.
Yeah.
When Koba points at his scars and says human work.
Yeah.
It just gets me.
So good. I'm
And
gonna buy that when it comes out as a set.
as a
Boom.
set, bam, yes.
Boom.
Anyway, sorry.
I just can't wait for the 4th. What was the 4th in the original?
The 4th was
Under the planet.
Was that no? That was
Yeah, it
Beneath.
was-
Was the second.
Beneath was second. Third was the time travel one, right?
Return to the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
And then there's Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Beneath was second.
And there's Battle for the Planet of the Apes.
There's battle.
Oh,
There's
there's battle.
conquest.
Yeah.
The 4th one was
Return to the Planet of the
battle
Apes.
for the Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
It was the story of Caesar.
Right.
The 4th one.
And then the 5th one is just terrible. But anyway,
The 5th one is
I
that's-
still watch it.
Yeah.
I can't. Anyway, that kind of leads us to our next question. From
Yes.
Cody, what movie can you keep watching over and over and over and never get bored with it?
Wow.
Mine's easy. Moulin Rouge. I watch Moulin Rouge. I'm not even kidding. I watch that movie 4 or 5 times a year.
That's Kat's favorite movie.
I fucking love that movie. The Baz Luhrmann. It's like the masterclass of strange cinematography. I mean, I will watch any Guillermo del Toro movie if it's on, but something about Moulin Rouge, I watch that and I go, okay, here you have set design, you have cinematography, you have costuming, you have speed ramping, you have an artist at the absolute top of his form.
Well, yeah.
And-
Now, see, my answer.
You're talking about John Leguizamo.
My answer clicks all of those boxes, and it's going to sound cliched, but I can watch Citizen Kane.
Kane's
Anytime.
amazing, especially if you look at it like an
Yes.
anthropologist and say 90% of the shit they did in this movie, it
Had
was the
never
first
been
time
done
it had ever
before.
been done. There's that
Exactly.
tracking shot going down the stairs.
Exactly.
No one had ever thought of doing that kind of like a constant motion tracking shot from the top floor to the bottom floor of the building.
Okay, so that's the cliche answer. I could watch Jaws over and over.
Great movie.
I could watch Original Planet of the Apes over and over again. There's a lot of movies I do watch over and over. You know,
Bright Eyes.
The Star Trek movies. I could watch them over and over. And
I mean, I can always go to the Back to the Future 2 routes. You
Yeah,
know.
I
I'm trying to get like stupid like comedies that I like watch. Like Back to School, I think is a great fucking movie with Rodney Dangerfield.
I'll watch the Blues Brothers over and over.
Yeah,
I'll
that's a
watch
great one.
Animal House. I'll watch even Caddyshack. over and-
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. I'll watch over and over.
Oh,
again.
sure. Ghostbusters for sure. For me, it's
The Raiders movies. You know.
for me, Pulp Fiction. I can just watch it.
Yeah.
Any
well,
Tarantino. Any Tarantino.
not any.
No, with me, any.
Really? Even
Yeah.
like the Hateful Eight?
Even the Hateful Eight.
Huh.
I can watch
True,
that.
True Romance is the Tarantino movie that no
That's-
one realizes is Tarantino because he didn't direct it, but he did write it, and
Wrote
it's
it, yeah.
it's a phenomenal
Oh,
movie.
it's-
I love it.
That's-
Remember that set you guys got me for
Yeah.
my birthday a
That's
few years
right.
ago? That's in there.
Uh-huh.
God, maybe I'll go home and watch that again tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's the one thing that Sue and I have in common is Tarantino.
And
We-
True Romance, if
we'll
you
watch
if
them
you
all.
have a newer version of it, there's actually a great commentary from Tarantino talking about Tony Scott changing the ending.
Really?
Yeah.
Because the Tarantino ending, the main character goes down in a hail of gunfire. And she carries him out, but he
Clarence.
dies. Yeah, Clarence dies in the car, and then she's out raising the kid on her own out on the beach in Mexico. And Tony Scott said, "It's a fairy tale, Quentin. It's a fairy tale. You need to realize that this is a fairy tale because this character Clarence would never have the story that you just told. So it's a modern day fairy tale, and what happens in fairy tales? They live happily ever after. And Tarantino was pissed, but Tony Scott had more power at the time, and that's the ending he shot. And then Tarantino watched it in the theater, and he realized, oh, wow,
He
this
was
is
right.
the better ending.
You
the
know
things to look in that movie though, one is Gary Oldman. It's
Fantastic.
but the scene in that whole fucking movie does not include Christian Slater. It's Dennis Hopper and
Dennis Hopper.
and Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken.
Yep.
So you.
That scene is
see,
hard to watch.
He tells him, so basically,
Yeah.
you're an eggplant.
You're an eggplant.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
that's a great
the
scene.
Sicilian
great
scene
scene.
is fantastic. That's the movie that introduced me to Sammo Hung and
Yeah.
Sonny Chiba.
Oh yeah.
the Street
yeah, that's
Fighter
right.
movies.
That's
and
right.
I'll tell you a new one, a recently released one that I could watch over and over and over and over again, is Rogue One.
Oh yeah.
Rogue
oh,
One
yeah.
blows it just blows me away every
It may
single
be
time.
my favorite Star Wars movie.
It's certainly up there, man.
Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, that's another
yeah.
one.
That I consider that a modern classic. I think
That's
that
another
movie
one.
will resonate with me more when I'm 70 than any other movie out there.
I can watch that. Over
If
and
I
over.
can
Well,
find
I've got
anything
that
to
at
watch
home,
it
too.
on,
Maybe I should watch that.
because I
That's a
guarantee you,
great
when I'm
fucking
70,
movie.
there won't be any.
Shakes the
thing to
Clown.
Shakes the clown.
Tony, any?
Hot Rod.
I've
That's right. You said that before.
I still have never seen Hot Rod.
I just think it's so stupid and
It's so
funny.
stupid,
It's
and
got
it's
it's got Andy Samberg at his best. It's got Ian McShane at his
Like,
comedy
it's like
best.
disappointed dad.
Oh, it's so funny.
The great small part in that, and it hits close to home for me, is the guy, I can't remember the actor's name, Dr. Spaceman from
Dr. Spaceman.
Dr. Spaceman. What's
it's
the
Jerry on.
It's Jerry on
Jerry on
Rick and Morty.
oh
What's his
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
name?
He's on SNL for a while.
Yeah.
I
Chris
loved-
Parnell.
Chris
I
Parnell.
loved-
Chris Parnell.
Loved his
As the
departure.
AM radio DJ.
as the AM radio DJ who is convinced that this stunt that
It's gonna bring.
is going to bring AM radio.
His-
He does a whole speech
It's
about
so
it.
funny.
His departure from 30 Rock was the best out scene ever. Congratulations, you're the new attorney, or you're the new.
As you can see here, I have a tattoo. It's of a young rebellious lad who is urinating on
It's on his chest.
an FM
he-
radio
It's so funny. As
a s-
well as a television.
and a television. Is splashing, the urine is splashing onto the television.
No. It's even better than that. What he actually says.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
gotta watch it.
Another
It's
one
So funny.
I can watch multiple times is a movie called Defending Your Life.
Oh,
I
yes.
fucking love. And I was talking to Jen about that last night because I think whoever made The Good Place was inspired by that movie.
Probably.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know? But I was going to say something about Chris Parnell. So he is Jerry. And by the way, fuck Jerry
Yeah.
on Rick and Morty. Right? So
Big
do you know-
fan of the
See, that-
whirly dirly. Are you Jerry?
See, now that's something I could watch over and over again without getting tired
What,
of
Rick
it.
and Morty?
Rick and Morty.
I've watched
I could watch them
probably
over
every
and over
episode,
again.
probably like 4 or 5 times.
It's easy.
So
Yeah.
I'm
So
the same
funny.
way with Space Ghost
Yeah.
and Aqua Teen.
Like-
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess so. I saw an interview with the creators. Rick and Morty is they basically get like a framework, right? And it's mostly improv.
It's a lot of ad lib.
Yeah.
A lot
And-
of improv.
Yeah, I can
they
see
say-
that.
And they say Chris Parnell nails it the first time, every time.
No,
You know?
he's a funny motherfucker.
he really is. He's great as that boss.
Well, and he's on Archer too.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
He's Cyril Figgins.
Yeah,
Cyril
Cyril
I know
Figgins.
it's not movies, but other things I can watch because we mentioned make Rick and Morty, TV shows. Seinfeld.
Oh
I can
yeah.
Oh,
watch
yeah.
any fucking
For
episode of
sure.
Seinfeld
Never
1,000
Me
times.
too.
Never.
Hey,
And
John-
Kirby Enthusiasm.
John,
Oh, yeah.
I watch Arrested Development probably twice a year
Yeah.
from beginning to end.
Good one.
Yep.
Just because there's shit I still haven't caught that they just slip
Oh,
in there.
yeah.
And also, you find a lot of directors who are directing really big movies getting their start on that. So
Yep.
it's kind of fun, like to play anthropologist and
Yep.
say, okay, let's see what the DNA of this movie is.
Yeah.
And
All right.
Well, and we talked about last episode. I can see myself watching The Good Place like several more times all the way through.
All right.
John Shannon wants to know who's the greatest living filmmaker.
Greatest living filmmaker?
I'm going to say Guillermo del Toro, but
Did-
I'm
He's up
biased.
there.
Yeah. He's up there.
Tarantino's
Especially
up
considering
there,
I
I
just
think.
found out his new movie's a musical.
Yeah.
Who directed Hot Rod?
Oh man, I don't.
Well,
God, it's such a hard question to
I'm
ask. I mean,
I'm gonna throw Tarantino out there again.
Tarantino's
It's
great.
fantastic.
He does a great job every time, as far as I'm concerned.
I butcher his name all the time, but like in newer guys, Dennis, the guy's Villeneuve, is that his name?
Villeneuve.
Directed Arrival, and he's doing Blade
Yes.
Runner. So he's got a great eye.
I'd throw Christopher Nolan into that bunch.
Sure.
He's
I
a sound
love-
editor.
Well, dude,
I
Dunkirk
he-
is a fucking masterpiece.
That's what I mean. Like I've loved every single one of his movies that I've seen.
Yeah. I'd say
Spielberg.
that.
I was a huge-
Spielberg. Come on, Spielberg's
He's
got to be up
still
there.
He's still there. Yeah.
I mean, he's got some stinkers.
Well, I mean,
Who doesn't?
You know, a lot of
He's
them
made
do.
900 movies.
Christopher Nolan doesn't.
But no, I mean, Spielberg is the guy who created.
I disagree.
Spielberg created my childhood. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
God, I mean, Richard Donner's up there.
There's
Ridley
so
Scott.
there's so many.
Yeah.
Guillermo's up there.
He's amazing.
All right.
Just can't get a hit. Guy needs a hit.
I predict that this Shape of Water will be.
Well, I thought it would be until I found out that it is literally an homage to the classic Hollywood love story that breaks out into song and dance numbers,
well, we'll see.
which means I'm going to fucking love it, and
It's-
everybody else is going to be scratching their heads
It's
going.
the reviews I've seen. When does it open?
In November, I think.
Because the reviews I've seen of it, because they've been having it at film festivals.
Yeah.
They're fucking
Oh.
loving it.
Oh,
It's
You
huge.
know who we forgot is the Coen brothers.
Coen
Brothers
are
Brothers.
great.
They're
And
they're my
another one,
favorites.
Edgar fucking Wright.
Edgar Wright.
Edgar
Oh,
Wright.
geez.
Baby Driver.
No,
Okay.
look, think about, has he made a bad movie?
No.
Edgar?
No.
I'll be honest. I was never a huge fan of Hot Fuzz. And
I love Hot
See, and
Fuzz.
I'm in the minority
Fuzz,
of that one.
Hot Fuzz is, I'm still stuck with a throwaway line from Hot Fuzz to this day.
Yeah.
My wife asked me a question, and I either say yarp or
Yarp.
narp.
You know who that is?
The Hound.
That's the fucking
yeah.
Hound.
Yeah.
But Shaun of the Dead. I mean, The World's End.
Scott
I mean-
Pilgrim gets some shit from people.
I love
still,
Scott Pilgrim.
I still think
Because,
Scott Pilgrim's phenomenal.
I loved that comic book series, and I'm like, this is unfilmable.
It's actually better than the comics. Okay, so Emery says Shannon Barneson recommended Nathaniel Rateliff in the Night Sweats a while back.
Yep.
Now I'm a huge fan. What are you guys listening to now that you would also recommend?
Nobody likes my music.
Well,
I listen to
other than Striper.
He's afraid. He's afraid.
Yep.
all my
gonna
shit's old. I don't listen to new stuff
I'll
unless,
sit this
unless
out.
if I hear from
Which
you.
kills me. I don't understand
Music,
it.
music's just not my world.
I am
I'm
a-
surrounded by movies.
I'm a music fiend. I've really gotten in, and they've been around for a while. The Gaslight Anthem.
Oh yeah.
And I always kind of like poo-pooed them, because they're like a newer kind of punkish band.
Mm-hmm.
But Jeffy loved them,
Mm-hmm.
and so like for some reason I was just like, I'm gonna check them out, and they are really good. They kind of, I call them punk rock. It's like punk rock Bruce Springsteen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Love them. Charles Bradley, who was supposed to play at the Twilight concert series.
Mm-hmm.
He unfortunately he's an older guy. He's sick. He's got a great story. He was like he's an older African American man. On and off again, homeless, but he would make a living being a James Brown impersonator.
Oh, funny.
Really?
And a record executive like kind of discovered him, and he's been recording albums ever since. And he does a great cover, like this bluesy soul version of Ozzy Osbourne's "Changes." It's one of the
Interesting.
greatest covers of all time.
Interesting.
St. Paul and Broken Bones. Check those motherfuckers out.
See, I always laugh because like when I start talking to people about films, like especially at the news or I'll start talking to them. They're like, I have no idea what you're talking about, kind of thing. And then that's how I feel about with music. Like when,
Yeah.
when you guys have what's the show, the Big Day Out, or is that what you guys call it?
Big ass show.
The Big Ass Show.
Yeah.
And I'll see the entire list of the band. I go, I don't know any of them. I have no idea.
There's a lot.
Yarp.
There's a lot of really good new music out there.
I agree.
That,
It
that
really
people are just not giving a chance.
Yeah.
Well, but the
And-
nice part about it is
yeah.
you don't go through the standard system like you used to, where you had to, like Eliza Rickman, who does really weird ephemeral music with Fisher-Price pianos, and she's able to crowdfund her music, and she spent 5 years touring with Welcome to Nightville, and she's got a career because of the internet. She's able to get her music out there in a way that we never saw 20
Yeah.
years ago.
Oh, and I was going to say, too, God bless her dearly departed soul.
Oh, yeah.
If you have never, ever listened to Sharon Jones and the
Dap
Dap Kings,
Yeah.
fucking fix that.
The-
I got to see her. I got to see her last performance before she
That's right.
when she
That was
opened up
with, Daryl Hall,
when
yeah.
she opened up for the Masters.
All in
Hall and
Oates.
Oates. And gosh, she's
Thought you were
just
talking-
fantastic.
I'm the only new album that I bought recently was a few months ago, and that was. And I don't recommend it because it's not for everyone. But it's the new Roger Waters album. Is This the Life We Really
I
Want?
just couldn't get into it.
No.
But like you said, you can't recommend it for everybody.
I can't recommend it for everybody, but
Yep.
it's just I just think it's brilliant because I think he's brilliant. So
You know what I would say? I made a Pandora Nathaniel Ratliff and the Night Sweats station, and it is the stuff that pops up on there is it's all just gold.
Yep.
Hound's Mouth.
I like right now I'm kind of going through a handsome boy modeling school phase.
Those guys are great.
It's Prince Paul from De La Soul, and
Oh.
they've been around for 20 years. Didn't
Yeah,
even
they
realize
have.
it. Never really even heard of them. But
oh really? Oh okay.
they show up on a lot of soundtracks.
Yes.
Strangely enough, that's a lot of good stuff there. And then basically anything. I know it's going to sound really cliche, but I love Andrew Bird because the dude fucks with lyrics. He talks about monsters, 50-foot tall monsters, and robot apocalypses, and all kinds of other fun stuff. So,
All right.
2 more questions, quick ones.
One or two quick ones.
Okay.
yes.
Sorry,
We'll make it.
I get into music.
We'll actually make it one last question. I was gonna actually. This is a good one. Team Daenerys or Team Cersei?
Oh,
Well,
that's an
I
easy
mean,
one.
you're-
Daenerys,
I already
Yes.
got my prediction for that show's ending. Anyway.
well, I mean, your instinct is to say Daenerys.
Because I already nailed the whole what John really is thing. I nailed that 5 years ago. So
You nailed John 5 years ago?
I did. It was great. It was fantastic.
You
I
know
said
nothing.
I said, Aegon, Aegon, take me, Aegon.
Hold her.
Yeah, hold the door. Aegon. Hold the door.
Bend the knee.
I think that I think your big battle is actually going to be between Daenerys and Jon.
You don't think they'll just team
No,
up?
they're
and-
gonna
No,
team
no,
up.
no. I said Daenerys and Jon
Okay.
Versus
against the Night Queen, who will be Cersei Lannister.
Oh.
After the White Walkers completely curtailed the army that went north to fight them and go straight to King's
You think
Landing.
they're going to convert her?
What's the big prophecy they've all been seeing
The
for
winter's,
seasons now?
winter's coming.
Not only is winter coming, you have seen the Iron Throne covered in snow with the ceiling ripped off of the keep of the Red Keep.
Look at you.
So I honestly think he's got his dragon, he's got his army. They hit Eastwatch by the Sea, and they go straight down, which means they're going to go past Pike. They're going to go past all of the coastal cities. They hit King's Landing. The army that the Starks are leading is in Winterfell, going north. The White Walkers won't be there when the Starks get there, so they're going to get there. This guy already saw the whole thing with the dragons coming. He knew she was going to bring dragons. So cool. I get a dragon. I can melt the wall. I can march south. He hits King's Landing, where he meets Cersei, who won't engage her armies with everybody else. So she's on her own. He kills them all. He converts her. He's got his White Queen. He's got his Iron Throne.
Oh.
You know, I read.
Now this is you, not from the
This
book.
this is all speculation.
This
This
is
is
all
all me.
just you. Okay.
This is all me, because that's the one everybody's going, oh, we're going to have our cliche trope battle of the two Targaryens on their dragons fighting against the Night King on his dragon. I'm like, I think she's a treacherous asshole. She's going to destroy she's going to destroy him after he converts her. She's going to have her ultimate power. She has nothing. She's given up everything. She just wants power. So she's going to take that power. She'll kill him. She'll take his dragon, and then she's going to destroy the Seven Kingdoms.
I
That's
read
weird that Leigh's real name is George R.R. Martin.
I'm a fat old man.
I read a weird fan theory the other day. What's the kid that's the three-eyed
Bran.
Bran?
Bran?
Bran, yeah.
There's a theory floating around. It's more than one people that he's actually
The Night King.
The Night King.
Yeah, I don't give
buy
that
it in
anyway.
No.
That'd be weird, right? But it'd be cool.
It would be cool. Like he's the thing they showed with the wildlings is a lot of them are wargs. A lot of them can see through animals' eyes, and the Night King being able to sense that Bran's checking up on him. There's a story in some of the old lore stories that the Night King is actually one of the first. I think he's the 13th Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, who fell in love with a pale-skinned maiden who lived north of the Wall, and then he became evil and corrupt, and because she was, of course, one of the White Walkers, and he's been alive for 8,000 years, basically plotting his return. But the Wall is magic. That's something they don't talk about a lot. The Wall's magic. That's why they needed to melt it to get through it. So,
Right.
Okay.
I think Shannon and I called it the Winter King. He deserves a goddamn medal for javelin.
Oh yeah.
He didn't get a goddamn gold medal.
He didn't even look like he was trying that hard. He's just like,
like,
But it's
go.
magic. It could have weighed a quarter. It could have weighed a quarter pound. But people were complaining about that episode. I'm like,
Why?
You don't think that was a fucking trap? You don't think this guy who could actually see through Brandon's eyes when Brand's not when he sees this shit. He's got foresight. He didn't think.
How could you be mad at that episode?
It was
I
amazing.
was not mad at one fucking episode.
no,
I didn't even see the shit coming with the
We-
fucking chains at the
we
end.
did
I was
the,
like,
we
what
did
the
the
fuck?
yeah. That proves that he knew it was happening. Where did the chains come? Well, he knew he was getting a dragon out of that.
Brought my
lake.
chains.
Yeah.
Now,
So-
all killer, no filler.
Yeah. And
Absolutely.
That's
we had 5 seasons prior to that showing us that it takes a fucking long time to walk places.
As opposed to Twin Peaks, which I finally was excited about.
Jesus.
But come on, the last episode, we finally
yeah,
got what we
I
wanted.
mean, he finally becomes Agent
Fucking
Cooper.
Coop.
But here's
spoiler
the thing.
alert: Coop. We only get him for 3.
Yeah,
hours.
and David Lynch fucked himself on a second season because no one was watching because they hated the fact that they didn't have Cooper
Everybody
there.
hated Dougie.
And now they've said they're not going to do
Do you know
season
that?
2.
Not only that,
Good.
they're not even on speaking terms. David Lynch and the guy that's running Showtime will not take his fucking calls.
They weren't on. They were barely on
Jeez.
speaking terms beforehand.
It was so awful, just so awful. But I mean, things are.
there were
finally
bright
happening.
points.
Now, if only he could do a sequel to Dune.
No.
Who's first? With
I got one.
Movies.
Let's do it.
All right.
Well, there was a big one coming out this week. Wonder Woman
Yay!
is now on Blu-ray.
seen that.
all right.
The special features on that. Oh my God, my wife cried because they show there's about a 15-minute featurette on the training, and just seeing these women training together and learning how to fight and working out and all this other shit. And my wife's just bawling, and one of the trainers worked on 300, and he's like far more inspired by watching these people work together and learn what they can do together than I was doing 300.
Yeah. Starship Troopers: Traitor of Mars.
It was the animated.
Yeah.
It was in
Is that
theaters.
animated?
Yeah, it was,
It's animated.
Oh.
it's in theaters
CG.
for just briefly,
Like 2 days.
like 2 days.
You'll hear him later in an interview, but what's his name? Kumail Nanjiani is in The Big Sick.
Oh, I want to see
It's
that.
a great
so,
movie.
Yeah, a lot
If
of
you
people.
get a copy of it, can I borrow it from
Sure.
you?
a
Yeah,
lot of
it's,
people like that movie.
it's
yeah.
a true story.
Yeah.
And I like him.
he-
I think his delivery and stuff is so just
He's
dry and
great
awesome.
on Silicon Valley. Just great.
If you want to catch up on Arrow, season 5.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Sometimes we have to hurt ourselves.
You can get the entire series, but if you already got the other season 5 of Bates Motel is now out.
Did you like the way it ended?
I did.
I thought it was fantastic. Just to let you know, if you didn't watch it,
That's Shannon and I's show.
yeah. Well, we have a couple of shows.
We have a
but-
couple.
It's fun.
no, but the way Bates Motel ended is they
You're just gonna
did,
spoil the whole thing
no,
right now?
well, we all know how it fucking ended. It's Psycho.
Did they end with Psycho?
No, so they basically
They did the movie.
They did the movie
Spoilers.
over like 4
Was it Rihanna the
episodes,
guest?
but they changed it a little.
Yeah, they changed
Tony.
it up a little.
All right, fine.
Rihanna is the woman who steals
she's
the money
yeah.
and hides out.
It's
And
and it's fucking.
Watch the last season.
That's how I want Rebels to do.
Yeah.
I want Rebels to actually do Hera's version of Rogue One.
It might.
Yeah, if you check out, watch that
I'm
last
so-
season.
I'm
It's
so-
fantastic.
Get the last season of
Psycho,
Bates
the
Motel.
the original Psycho. We got to see that in a theater when they re-released it in '95, and
yes.
it was amazing.
Rihanna is Marion Crane.
Marion Crane. Thank you.
You've got Lethal Weapon season 1. Everybody's
I
seen that
watched
show?
some of that. It was okay.
Was
Like
okay.
not like
People
yeah.
were liking
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
You can watch Simon and Simon season 6.
Shut
Oh my God.
the front door.
Do you
Gerald
remember-
McRaney's greatest work?
Do you remember when Rick and AJ went to Hawaii and they met up with Magnum PI?
It was a crossover.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, that was great.
That sounds like the best thing
Yeah,
ever.
they went out on the island chopper. They went surfing. They solved the crime.
I think that's it.
That's it. All right.
I think he's blueberrying you.
I am not.
Games.
All right. On Friday this week, Project Cars 2. If you're into the racing, it's supposed to be pretty good.
Is that Pixar's Cars?
No. It's realistic driving sim,
Oh.
like
Fuck
kind
that.
of like Gran Turismo or Forza.
I can just go get in my car.
If I can't look into the cold dead eyes of Lightning McQueen, I'm not interested.
God damn it.
Speaking of cold dead eyes, Pokken Tournament DX comes out for the Switch.
What?
It's a Pokemon fighting game,
Oh. Okay.
and so it's out there. It came out for the Wii U a while back, and now they're bringing it up to the Switch.
All right.
Also, Gold and Silver Virtual Console, or Pokemon Gold and Silver for the Virtual Console of the 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
Something called Caveman Warriors for the Xbox One.
They finally caught that time that we had in San Diego.
Caveman Warriors.
Yeah. You and I just walking around.
And,
Play Jenga.
on the Switch, you got Steam World Dig 2. That first one did pretty well, so they're making another one. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. NBA 2K18 this week comes out for the Switch.
If you hit the basket, you get 2 points.
Yes.
And if you're behind the white line, you
Unless
get 3
it's
points.
farther, then you
Yeah.
get 3.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cool,
It's pretty good.
cool.
It's pretty
Wow.
good. Pretty
Yeah.
good. Pretty good.
You got to dribble the ball?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
Got to do
Sounds
that.
pretty consistent.
Is there running?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
And also,
Yeah.
there's a little bit of jumping. This week, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite for all the systems.
Probably going to do better than
So-
any comic book Marvel puts out this month.
Probably.
Oh, we never talked about that. That was a fucking story.
Yeah, that was a story.
Wow.
So-
In tabletop, what I love what tabletop's doing right now. They realize that they're kind of neglecting a good chunk of their audience. Tabletop games like Warhammer 40,000 have been catering towards a predominantly male demographic for 30, 40 years. Hordes, made by Privateer Press. It's basically a fantasy game where you fight werewolves versus trolls or whatever else. They just put out a new group called the Grymkin, and your wife, Jimmy, is going to love this shit. It's so Halloween themed, it's not even funny. So you have, they've realized that hypersexualized characters are not necessarily appealing to a good chunk of the audience, right? You have a potential audience that's great. So you have these characters. These are the leaders of the faction. You've got kind of possessed stuffed animals. You've got pumpkin men. You've got
You got the guy from McDonald's.
you got the guy from McDonald's. Not really.
the Half Moon.
But
Ronald?
Privateer Press has always made really, really cool figures that are
Is Mac tonight? They
Yeah.
got Mac tonight?
yeah, they got the killer from the Nightbreed. Yeah, with the finger daggers. They've realized that they can make really cool looking dynamic figures that aren't necessarily titillating. They don't need to be. They can be cool and dynamic and awesome and still appeal to people.
You said
The Grymkin, they have an army of pumpkin-headed scarecrows that are not cartoony. They don't look kitty-like. They're actually really cool and kind of frightening, and they're neat. And again, with any of these miniatures, I'll be painting them up, putting them on our Geek Show Facebook page. So
Cool.
you can
So
see.
I'm seeing the things on the back. They don't come that way, or you got to paint them yourself.
You got to paint them.
This
They
is
come,
what you get.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So
Blink.
for a nerd like me, this is a model kit that I'm going to put together. I'm going to paint it up, and then if I play the game, I can take them out and play against a friend's army. That
How long
they
does
built.
it take to paint one of those for you?
For me, keeping in mind I've been doing this since 1983.
Right, you got a lot of experience.
I can paint from start to finish if I'm just doing one figure to a decent standard, like not anything I'm trying to put in a competition. But I can do a miniature in about an hour.
Oh, cool.
But
You gonna do that while the jerky cures?
yeah, I have been. And then there's some, like if I'm doing a legion of people, if I want to do like a squad of 10 people,
Right.
I can do 10 in about 3 hours because I'll paint all the colors
Kind
on all
of
10 of them at the
assembly
same time.
line style.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
exactly. But with this is a command group, so I'm going to spend more time on it. So it'll probably be 4 or 5 hours a figure.
Have you chosen what figures you're going to paint in front of everyone at
I'm
Comic-Con?
Actually it's going to be the sister game to Hordes. It's called War Machine. It's kind of a steampunk mech battle game set in Victorian England. That's a simplification. It's not really, but I have 5 of the same figure, so I'm just going to base coat them, and I'll have a couple of prepared that show what the end result is, kind of like a cooking show.
Good
so
idea.
after you do this technique, it's going to look like this. But
What's the name of that panel? So that folks know
I
that.
think it's war.
Paint
I think it's war miniature painting basics with
Okay.
with-
Leah George K.
yeah with Lahayim Jorge Kaladi.
They'd be like, I'm gonna paint a happy
I
little
look-
horse.
Here's a little bush here.
A happy little.
It's gonna be really I can actually paint and draw with an audience. It doesn't bother me. It never has. But it bothers some people how disconnected I get with reality while I'm painting. It's like meditation to me. I kind of slip out.
Would it
So
bother you if they came over your shoulder and said, "You're pretty good, but not as good as me"? Just walk off.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I already
Someone did
know.
that to Cat at the farmers.
Yeah.
We told him to fuck off.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got.
I'm gonna say something that I tell some of the kids at the set. You know what? Sometimes it's okay to keep things that are in your head inside your fucking head.
That's right.
Except I don't say the fucking,
You probably say that at pub quiz too.
and I say the fucking.
Yeah.
Mr. B, if you would, please.
Oh, I don't know who decided to put cinnamon in this fucking ham, but they must be insane.
I know, right?